MEGXIT crazy. Shocking information about Harry and Meghan's impending divorce revealed by an insider. Greetings and welcome to the World of Royal Staff's channel. Since leaving the royal family, they have undoubtedly been at the heart of numerous disputes, but it now appears that their reputation is beginning to suffer. The pair is currently savoring the windfall from book sales, but soon they won't be able to maintain their extravagant lifestyle. Meghan is aware of this, and the exiled royal saga is well past its prime. She is aware that the next victim she will most likely identify with as one half of a publicly mocked pair will either be the abused wife of the alcoholic Harry or the martyr wife who took on the bulk of Harry's care during his mental illness while his own family withdrew support. It's becoming clearer that things between these two are shaky. Since the extensive polo press pictures, they haven't been spotted together in private because Harry has done everything in his power to defend her. It is incredibly significant that Meghan hasn't defended Harry once throughout the entire scandal. Their partnership will fall apart once the money runs out and there are no more multi-million-dollar deals to be done. The only thing that solidifies that relationship is money. It won't take long for them to begin openly attacking one another. When Meghan can no longer take being made fun of, the process will quicken. They are currently the target of a lot of jokes, and it's wearing thin on her. She will hold Harry responsible for all of her problems and portray him as a burden. Harry's sole advantages will be his reputation and his popularity before he started dating her. It is obvious that Harry and Meghan's romance is in trouble. We can only speculate as to what is happening behind closed doors as their public image deteriorates. Keep checking back for additional information on this exciting story. Prince Harry, who was formerly admired and cherished for his humanitarian efforts, diligently worked to advance charities A, B, C, D, and E, independently developed the Invictus Games from scratch, and was, for a while, a devoted and content member of the British royal family. That man, however, was not always the shattered shell that we see now. No, my friends, it was none other than Miss Meghan Markle who catfished him and used manipulation to her advantage. She persuaded him that in order to experience true happiness, he had to leave his own country, that his family did not love him, and that he was not actually happy. Furthermore, let's not overlook the hardships this man encountered throughout his life, notably after his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, tragically passed away. But who hasn't struggled at some point in their life? He was persuaded by Ms. Markle that his life was intolerable. He wasn't actually happy, and that the only way to find contentment was to give up everything he had ever known. To what end, though? Why did she coax him into leaving everything behind by taking advantage of his weakness? Narcissism, my friends, is the simple solution, because Ms. Markle is a textbook narcissist. She just saw this man as a tool to achieve her goals. You see, a narcissist cannot tolerate to be laughed at or belittled. They are incapable of self-deprecating humor, so any effort at it is really a ploy to attract attention and approval. What could possibly be worse for a narcissist than to be made fun of by everyone? Nothing, my friends, nothing at all. And therein lies the true threat. The greatest method for Ms. Markle to skew the story in her favor is to paint her husband as the antagonist, because she is aware that both he and many people despise them. She will attempt to position herself as the victim of his harshness by painting him as an abuser or a man with a significant mental disorder. My friends, it's a typical egotistical ploy, and Ms. Markle is all too familiar with it. She will embellish the story to make it appear that she was tricked into being married to Harry, that none of his promises came true, and that his immaturity and jealousy brought their union to its breaking point. The worst part, my friends, is that she now has the tools at her disposal for the inevitable divorce. Dare I say that when these two actually start fighting, Ms. Markle might well win the PR competition because this man has shown himself to be so unlikable. The couple's downhill spiral started with the Queen's funeral, which turned out to be the beginning of it all. Because of how crazy the aftermath of the incident was, it ended up being featured in a Netflix reality series, with the pair passive-aggressively blaming one another for MEGXIT at the conclusion. Now, if you have been following the Spare interviews, you may have observed that Prince Harry repeatedly inquired, "Did Meghan say that?" In my opinion, I don't count that. He was still Meghan's property at that point, after all. Yet it was the Queen's funeral that things really started to change. At this point, Prince Harry began to push back. When he noticed that he was seated in the second row and derided by the audience, something in him changed. It was an obvious indication that allowing his wife to handle their exit strategy was probably a mistake. Yet this amazes me. Did he truly believe he could assault his family and his country without repercussions? He obviously didn't believe he could get away with it. If so, he is even more foolish than I thought. He has no game, which is the problem. Unless he believes that his only option is to force her to leave him, all he has done has simply made the situation worse. For a moment, let's talk about Meghan. She entered the marriage with her eyes wide open, as can be seen from the numerous facts revealed in interviews, podcasts, and videos. They both still promote the idea that theirs is the greatest love tale ever told. She is the one who tricked the world into believing so. She commands the relationship as the dominating partner. No-fault divorce is legal in California, which I suppose also qualifies as equal fault. They both make awful companions for anyone, let me tell you that. She really does depend on him for money. When he is 40, does he not receive another inheritance? If I recall properly, she will persevere until that time. The leftovers from their marriage, which were not much for these two paupers to begin with, are not worth a dispute. All that's left of their marriage, which was doomed from the start, is the foreclosure of their home, the seizure of their Range Rovers, stolen shoes, and blood diamonds. But what truly annoys me is the couple's constant PR battle with the media, social media, and Hollywood as a result of their deceptions and lies. Even if their importance to the monarchy and the nation is at best dubious, they can't seem to attract enough attention. The people of the UK are ashamed that Meghan Markle is attempting to hold on to titles and privileges that should only be reserved for the diligent members of the monarchy. She is simply an irrelevant figure who has no place in the royal family. Meghan is actually a state enemy because of her purposeful attempts to undermine and destabilize the monarchy, the free press, and the spirit of the UK and the Commonwealth. She is a danger to the very institutions that she professes to promote, and the British people should be ashamed of her behavior. It is obvious that Meghan and Harry's sole objective is to wreak havoc and ruin wherever they go. For what purpose? So that Meghan can maintain her positions of authority and privilege? The couple have to accept that they are no longer important to the country or the monarchy and simply vanish into obscurity where they belong. In general, the royal couple's attempt to exploit their status as oppressed victims and play the victim card backfired. They are adversaries of the state and a disgrace to the royal family due to their deceit, self-interests, and entitlement. They must acknowledge that they are no longer a part of the royal family and accept accountability for their deeds. I really appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe for more royal staffs if you enjoyed and found this video to be instructive. I appreciate your help, and I'm eager to speak with you in the upcoming video. Till then, be careful and continue to rock.